it's not like it's been all glamorous. You've had periods where like I said, you lived in a sedan.
Yeah. So that was kind of the fun part. So the first one was a school bus. The second vehicle that I lived in was a yellow van. It was I don't even remember the name of that one. I think that was like a 1980 exactly. Um, yeah, 1980 van. It was like this old band, like tour band
Yeah.
shit. And we bought it from this old Mexican dude that was like about to die, and he was like just wanted to get rid of it for like $1,000. So we bought it on OfferUp, me and my homie Sego, and we are like, yo, let's just start living in it in LA. And yeah, that shit was a whole crazy. That was the real like low of like that was one of the not the first low, but like the first like, do I want to do this shit? You know what I mean? Like I knew I was out there to do it, but it was the first time I was like, fuck, bro.
Where would you
like,
shower?
So I think at that point it was my second time living in a car, so I kind of figured it out a little bit more. I kind of like would go to like Planet Fitnesses and like just the YMCA's a lot. We'd go to like the Koreatown one where like it's literally all Asian people, and you just see like me and Sego just walking in, like trying to be like mad, like non-suspicious, but we're just like walking around trying to sneak in the shower and shit.
Okay.
And
you wouldn't even have a membership. You just kind of
no,
into
yeah,
the
we
shower.
just like because it was just like they just didn't give a fuck. They were just doing their own thing.
Yeah. What about like cooking and stuff? Where you just straight hot pocket it out?
Honestly, bro, we were just stealing a lot of food. We were just fucking like 7-Eleven it up, like doing whatever we could. Like we didn't like doing that shit, but bro, when you're hungry and you dead ass can't figure it out, you don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
So like we would always try to just like make something shake. Like there was this no, I don't even want to say that. That's hilarious.
Don't say no, but you know what's crazy is that my question is, how do you go from, because I remember you were charging like 1,000, 2,000 per music video, and you'd be able to line up 10 in a week if you felt like it. How do you go from that? You could just make 10K at your disposal to living in a sedan, sneaking into Koreatown YMCA's to shower. Like what happened?
I guess because it's like I like to really think a lot and really like process everything, and I guess it was like so. When I bought the van, it was after the Post Malone tour. So I got off tour with Post Malone, and I was just like, I was actually on tour with this kid Paris, and he was opening up for Post Malone, and so he was kind of like co-signing him and trying to like bring him on, and so just that experience of like kind of really seeing what it's like to be at the top, and like part of me really fucked with it, and part of me hated it because it was like I'm only here because of this person. You know what I'm saying? And I think I really got to understand that, and it wasn't a bad thing, you know, but I was just like, it showed me like, okay, this is definitely something I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to ever be known for someone else's shit. You know what I mean? Like for that or for like, I want to really have my own thing that people are like, because people will be like, yo, you're fire. You know, he's this person's person. And I'm just like, no, I'm not, nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so and I just hated that resistance that I had with myself of like, do I no, you know what I mean? So I was just like, fuck that, bro. Like I know I obviously have figured it out, and you know, in a matter of 2-3 years I figured it out how to get to the top of this shit. What's to say if I just stop doing this shit, try something else, you know, and just start from scratch? And I was like, and I'm gonna film it this time. Like I'm gonna document every single process of like that's the first thing. We bought a van, you know what I mean? And just we're living in a van, like with not even a blanket, bro, like $0, nothing. And it's like everything I've gotten from this point has just been from working. Like no handouts, no nothing at all.
I really respect that because like you said, I feel like a lot of people that associate with like big celebrities like that, they're like, holy shit, like that's it, I'm set, I don't have to do anything else. They don't think about like why would I drift off? This is comfortable, this is what this is mad cool, you know. But like, I really respect that you were like feeling something different and you felt you wanted your own limelight. You know, and I can't wait to watch this documentary, honestly.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll show you the trailer after.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that just like, and it was so fun. That's the thing. Like, you would get to do all this shit that was like, holy fuck. Like, and it's like, you know, once you're exposed to something, you know about it. You can't, you know, it's like if you've been colorblind your whole life, you probably don't give a fuck that like what shirt you're wearing. But like, when that shit's turned back on, you're like, nigga, no, like I need the this color, like.
Yeah.
And when you get to do all those cool ass things, bro, and just have those like feelings you've never felt, and like moments you like there's moments of I'm like, damn, I really just made this person that happy by doing something that is like so simple. You're like, that's fire as fuck. And then you just gotta break it down. Okay, well, how did he do it? How does this? Okay, how can I do it? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you've always been a like I said, do it yourself or like go getter kind of person. Like I remember when we were in high school, you did something with the local skate shop, and then you went to Africa and set up like a skate camp for a bunch of little children, and you took a photo like squad deep.
Yeah, that's.
And you just do that out of the blue. Literally out of the blue, like you're like, this would be cool. I think I'll do it now. And then like, you know what I mean? Regular people don't do that. People have some ideas, but it's like a risk. It's a risk to put in all this money to one thing, and then what if it doesn't work? But then the other side could be doing something that you can just barely withstand. You just barely can take it, like working a regular job that you really dislike and you only do it for money. Whereas you, it's like, yeah, I'll just live in a van with a blanket and steal my food from honey farms and shower at a Koreatown, whatever. It's like, I don't know. That seems exciting to me. Yeah. It seems more, you know what I mean?
It is because when you have to like really understand like who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm someone that like from a kid, like I always, and not just like question authority, but I'm not the type. I don't need to question authority. Just give me understanding. You know, if I understand it, there's nothing to question. You know what I mean? And I think that's always been my like philosophy with everything. So it's just like, even school, I'm like, look, you guys can't even understand who I am. So how can you even expect to teach me something? Yeah. And so I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to listen to you because I know you can't teach me the right way. So like, I would just look for people that could do that. And I don't know, I feel like the way I've gone about things is just like, let me just see with what I know and what's there to be true. Like, let me figure it out my own way. You know, what was the question? So I had something fire to say. Yeah,
I'm just saying how you're like a go-getter. You just do your own thing regardless, even if it takes some risk or even if there's massive downs such as sleeping in a van without a blanket.
I was gonna say like when you come from nothing, it's not much to go back. You know what I mean? It's like almost feels like homey in a sense. Like, so for me, it's always been like, if you play with the mentality of I have nothing, you never lose anything at all. Like right now, this moment I'm doing this podcast, I think this morning, I had like negative like 250 in one account and negative like 300 in my other account. And I'm just like, sheesh. But it's like, okay, I'm just going to figure it out, you know? And I figured it out this morning and I'm here doing this podcast and it's like, and I'll probably make 10K this month. Yeah. And spend it all on fun shit and get the brand to an even bigger level. And September and October, hopefully I'll make 20K. You know what I mean? But it takes like putting everything back into that shit. Like even to do this podcast, I mean to do this pop-up in New York, took everything. Like everything fucked up. But I was like, fuck it. Let me just like, even to get the hangers to fucking hang the shirt up. I was like, fuck, I might have to rack this shit. And I was just like, damn. But it's lit. It's worth it.
Bro,
you know?
If only like more people live like that, honestly, because I feel like working a 9-to-5 job every day, waking up, you have like this comfort. You're kind of like numb to your days because you know, like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep at this time. I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna be at a job at that time. I'm gonna get out at that time. I'm gonna do this after work. I'm gonna do that tomorrow again and again and again and again. But like when you live in a fucking van, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
You literally get accustomed to that, and you're like, when you know what's gonna happen, you're like, bro, this part's about to be so boring for the next hour and a half because I know I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna be on the train for an hour, and you know, like that's why I kind of like to just live that like sporadic, like whatever. And the more you like get known, the more fun shit just gets thrown at you. You know, you post here in New York, 15 people hit you up with shit to do, and you just get to choose. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to plan anything at that point?
Bro, but it's not even like an hour and a half train ride that can be like make you numb, bro. It could be working that job for 40 years. Yeah, 40 years can go by and be like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't do shit with my life. Like,
and I think that is all like. So like I think that's an understanding of time too. Not even to be on some deep shit, but like like you really can control like how you perceive time 100%. And like, for example, I always explain, like when I get like anxiety or like a panic attack or some shit like that, it feels like, imagine someone was like, I tell my homies this all the time. I'll be like, imagine someone just was like, it was your birthday or you were just super down and they were like, yo, I just bought you a flight to fucking Japan. We're going right now. It's going to be lit. And then like, but you don't have your passport. And they like pick you up and they have this whole thing, a limo, and you're on your way to the airport and you just like haven't told them yet. And you're like, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? And you're just too scared to say something and you're just like, but you can feel everything's wrong and it's going to even get worse. Like, that's what it feels like when I'm doing something that I don't like. And so like, the more like I get comfortable with like doing everything I like, the second that thing happens, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, nah, you know what I mean? And now it's at a point where it's not even like, I don't think about it. It's just like, everything I do is someone like, yo, you fuck with it? No, like, it's an instant thing. So like, I don't really spend too much time doing anything that I'm like, even if it's a horrible thing, if I'm like, I'm going to have to sleep outside tonight, like, I'm going to do it in a way that I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to get that feeling at all.
Yeah, you're also the type of person who will take an Uber to somewhere you need to go that's 40 minutes away, knowing that you only have enough for the ride there, and then you literally don't have enough for the ride back, and you have absolutely no idea how you're going to get home, and public transportation is shutting down, and everything, like, you need an Uber home, and you don't have the money for it, and then somehow you'll just like get an Uber home. Like in that video,
that's what I did here. How do you think I got here?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't think about
exactly,
how you got
and that's why I'm like, yo, I gotta start filming this shit and like putting it on YouTube. Like,